Okay, they say the third time's a charm. Apparently I have some kind of browser issue. So if this doesn't work, I am going to give up. And we will come back next week and try to catch this. So this is Scott. I'm with Titus Contracting, Scott Rajavori with Titus Contracting in Burnsville, Minnesota. We're a residential remodeling and commercial remodeling company. As you've heard maybe in the past, we're passionate about what we do, so we like talking about trends in remodeling. I've been having difficulty discussing it because I've been kicked off the last couple times as we try to capture this video, but hopefully this is going to work. So now we're getting into kitchens, specifically today under cabinet lighting, which is a huge thing. We're doing that in probably 80%, 90% of our kitchens, I would say. Great task lighting, mood lighting just creates a nice look. It's important that when you're considering a kitchen remodel that you think of all aspects. Many people just get into the cabinets and the countertops, not recognizing the fact that there's many parts to putting together a successful remodel. And I want to thank Jen and Joanne for joining and being patient as we've struggled. I don't know if you saw that when we were struggling to stay online here, but anyhow, there's many parts, and often we show up and people haven't considered plumbing relocations, electrical issues. There's not drywall on the wall. The old tile backsplash is still there. So one thing to consider is under cabinet lighting, and you want to do this because it's critical to get the wiring where you need it prior to sheetrock going on the walls. So there's a couple different ways that under cabinet lighting is used or installed. Sometimes it's just plugged into an existing outlet. And the bad thing about this, and I'm going to show you one here in a second, is that you've got a cord hanging then. You've got a little bit of a mess. You know, it's a little, you've got these cords coming down from the cabinets and plugging into your outlets and using up valuable outlets. So one way is this way. This is one that's actually typically plugged in to an existing outlet. However, you can wire an outlet up in your cabinet, which is smart, which would hide this cord. It's got a push button on it. I'm going to turn this on. There's a push button right here, and it's going to be very bright. This is about a 3000 K light. So if I turn it towards you, you're not going to see anything. I can light up my, look at how it shines off that bald head of mine. But this is dimmable. So this is just by pushing the button. And you can put that outlet on a switch and dim it from the switch, which would be the best way. But this is one option that we use. Another option that I really like is the tape light or the small strips that go underneath the cabinet. And shout out to Kyle at Southview for making this up for me. Appreciate that. Look how thin that is. It's about an eighth inch thick, if you can see that. These are about 3000 to 3500 K lights, so it's a warm light. And I'm going to plug this in for you. Just give me a second here. Bear with me. I don't know how it's going to look as I creep up on the screen, but so this is very bright, as you can see. See if you can. There you go. See that? Isn't that neat? So that's dimmable, and so we use almost as bright a light as we can. We like a lot of light, just in case for task lighting purposes you want to really light up the area, but you can dim it down to just about nothing. This is very low usage electricity-wise. All LED that's one of the real benefits to it, is that it doesn't hardly have any energy consumption, very easy to install. That typical light needs what's called a driver, or you may call it a transformer. That's a lot of the expense. So some of our clients want to use multiple switches to control these lights, so they can have them on at different cabinets if they want. Or they can put them on one switch and one driver, all using low voltage wiring, and that's a little less expensive because it's fewer drivers. For typical hardwired with low voltage wiring under cabinet lighting, you're talking somewhere between $500 to $1,000 in additional cost, so it's not too bad. Another option that I wanted to show you quickly, puck light style that can go under cabinet or in cabinet. Now, those lights, if you picture those strip lights, can also go inside a cabinet, in a glass cabinet, go on the side of the cabinet and not even be seen, and light up that cabinet as well. So that's another use for those lights. But many of you have seen the puck light style. They're very thin. These can actually be cut into the bottom of a cabinet You could put a panel on the bottom of the cabinet to completely hide them. These particular ones are actually battery operated. They'll last a really long time. You just push them to start them up. But I always say hardwiring them's best. So the puck light's another option, but I strongly recommend under cabinet lighting. If you don't want to use it, you don't turn it on. The LEDs now are small. They're not like the big old fluorescent or xenon lights we used to use. They don't create much heat at all. The transformer does, but you can put that just about anywhere. So I think that's an important consideration when you're doing your remodel work. So I'm going to wrap up. Like I said, I'm going to keep it short. Looking forward to next week as we get into further discussion on what's hot in kitchens. Thank you so much for being patient if you were, or if you were able to just click on and watch us in the recorded version. We appreciate you spending the time with us, and we look forward to discussing your remodeling projects with you. If you'd like to contact me, I can be reached at scott@tituscontracting.com. That's scott@tituscontracting.com, or you can just message us on Facebook as well with any of your questions. Have a great day, everyone. Thanks so much.